What's going on, wrestling fans? Your host, George Mackay. I'm in the building, and I'm here with my cohort in crime, Steve the Animal Mitchell.
What's going on, Straight Talk Wrestling fans?
What's going on is this. This is our official episode of everything that we know thus far of AEW. Really making people understand. And as we always say, guys, we welcome any comments, any opinions, any questions that you have. Hit us up on all our socials, which you'll get that at the end of the show in our outro.
Yeah, and especially about this, considering the fact of how much of a big talk this really is. This is absolutely huge. That's why I kind of felt it imperative to really just do an episode on this, specifically because of just everything that's gone down the press conference, all the above. But the reason why we were supposed to actually go live on Friday about this, but unfortunately there wasn't enough information to really sift through, so we had to dig a little bit deeper, and that's where we're at right now. So just really exciting times, more or less.
Yeah, and you look at the point you just made about one being very established, which is WWE. I mean, if you break it down, look at what we just had last weekend with Royal Rumble. If you think about it, right, if you start it from the Saturday night, okay, you have NXT TakeOver. Sunday you have Royal Rumble. Monday you have Monday Night Raw. Tuesday you have Tuesday SmackDown Live.
Exactly.
Wednesday you have NXT. So technically, if you think about it, on these big four pay-per-views alone, WWE can crunk out 5 days of solid wrestling program. Well, I'm not going to say solid. Of wrestling program nonetheless, though.
Of wrestling programming.
Yeah, of wrestling program.
Second, it's like, oh man, I marked out there.
Your inner wrestling child comes out in a big way, and you feel like a 6-year-old in front of the TV watching Hogan and Ultimate Warrior WrestleMania 6, right? So they do get you on the odd occasion. They've gotten me. I know they've gotten you. So
when Warrior got cursed by Papa Shango, I believe that. When I was 8 years old, when I was 12, when I was 10 years old, and I watched that, holy crap!
My brother-in-law's almost 30, and the guy still fears Papa Shango at night. Okay, I know this for a fact. He's got a lot of problems.
Tell him to go watch Kama Mustafa then.
Just go watch it. It's fine.
Go watch that. You won't fear Papa Shango anymore.
Papa Shango eventually became the Godfather, pimping and easy, so it's all good.
Right.
All right, so let's right now get into some of the information that you dug deep, kind of the background stuff you know so far of the owners,
yes,
of who's doing what and where, and then I'll break down who we know signed so far and kind of put the rest on a couple other rumors of what we know, and then we're going to get into a little bit of an open discussion about the TV deal because we both really want to educate our fans, our faithful listeners, which we always appreciate, and thank you guys very much for every week tuning in and giving us your time to listen to us speak. So we appreciate that, and we will forever always appreciate that, but we want to educate everybody.
Absolutely see the concept that all you're really going to get is you're going to see these same matches over and over and over and over again. Yeah, and straight up, you only have one belt that people are literally just floating around, and it's only one guy that's holding it for a really long time. We went through that 2 years in a row with Neville, and then it's just kind of this thing where now we're going back to AEW because of the fact that this ties in with AEW, because I really feel that that's where they're going to go with their ideas, and they're going to take all of their ideas and what they did with All In. They tried to make every match special that was on that card. They only did it the one time, but it was really a tried, proven concept that they understand what they are doing when it comes to putting on a major event, but also making sure that the event is a barn burner from start to finish. Everybody was paired properly. Every bit of it just matched perfectly when it came to, and you didn't even really need much promo. You didn't really need much backstory. It was really all about the matches, and so that's where I feel like that's what it's really going to come down to.
And how did this Khan guy make his money?
Khan, he made his money through Flex and Grade. An auto parts company that is all the undercarriages for everything underneath every single company that you could possibly imagine that makes a car. That's their undercarriage
that
they
molds
make for it,
and all that stuff. And we're not going to get into that. We're not an auto parts podcast. We're a wrestling podcast. Years before they get into that schmo and that you see on Total Divas all the time.
Yeah, and Cody's a beginner when it comes to signing contracts and being the he's the head honcho of that whole company.
He's Triple H.
So why the hell not reach out to the guys who are the head of everything in WWE when you have JR at your disposal that is totally available that you could just make a phone call and talk to. That's about it, though.
Another one we know of, that it's a big one. It's a toss-up right now. His contract is definitely ending with New Japan Pro Wrestling very soon. He has been approached by both AEW and WWE. Apparently the offers from both companies are outstanding. Somewhere upwards of a 7-figure deal, so we're looking at $10 million minimum, because that's the start of 7 figures. But yeah, that's what we're looking at. But it's not confirmed. Apparently with the WWE contract, and in case you didn't already guess it who I'm talking about Mr. Kenny Omega.